we want to chat with Julie. Jeske, yes. You're back. We haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
I've missed you.
You've been sick.
I was sick, yeah, and then last week I was moving into a new office. So it's been busy times. Yeah.
Very exciting. All right, so today you're here to talk to us a little bit about friendships versus our romantic relationships.
Right. And there's two ways we can look at it. On the one hand, perhaps you're more social and have more friends, and your partner may be sitting home feeling sad about it. You may be feeling guilty about it. Or your partner may be more social and you may be sitting home fuming about it, wishing that you had a little more of their time.
And so it can cause some issues.
Absolutely. Sometimes it can be fine. It can be absolutely fine. But if one person is resentful, then it can cause problems.
But here's my question. If you're a social person, wouldn't you be attracted to someone else who's social?
Good question.
Sometimes, but I hear of this happening, where there's this just imbalance, where sometimes maybe people are shy, you know, maybe people are just have a hard, maybe people met a lot of, you know, new people in school and now they're graduated and they just don't know where to meet people anymore.
All right, so you've got all the answers.
Thanks, Julie. Okay, so we're going to talk to you a lot more about this in just a little bit.
Perfect.
And you have all the answers.
All of them. Every single one.
To everything.
All right. Julie, Jeske's here with us now. Julie, what about you? Spray tan?
Can you tell? Never had it before, no.
All right, so we're back to talking about relationships.
Yes.
And it can be tricky when your partner is perhaps a little more social than you are, or you like to go out and see your friends a little bit more than your partner does.
Yes.
And people can get jealous.
Right. And one thing I want to say is that it is healthy to have a social life and also be in a partnered relationship. You know, sometimes we have these images, you know, from the beginning of a relationship where all we want to do is be with our partner. That's all, you know, we wake up, that's what we want to do, and we spend all day together, and that's great for that short amount of time. But as life goes on, it's important to have, you know, a holistic experience, right? So to have this healthy relationship, to have relationships with other people as well. So time together and time apart are both really important.
And so how do you go about doing that if, say, your husband doesn't want to go out and doesn't want to do these things?
So then you need to check in about how he feels about you doing it. You know, if he doesn't want, you can't force another person to be social, but you shouldn't have to sit at home because your partner doesn't want to go out. You know?
And oftentimes, spending time with friends is a way to kind of get away from your partner, but what if you happen to have the same types of friends? Because oftentimes you do develop the same.
So then you may have time out socially together. If it's a big enough group, you can kind of be over here doing this, he can be over here doing this, and then you can come home together at the end of the night. That can be a lot of fun as well. You know, finding that balance between double dates, between parties you throw at your house, between parties you go to as a couple, and then your alone, you know, your alone time, and then your alone time with friends as well. It's a lot.
Evaluate it though, you know, I mean, maybe I go out a lot and my partner's like, hey, you're out all the time. And I'm like, well, I think it's perfectly fine. I don't feel like it's out of balance or out of whack. And I feel like I have plenty of time for you too. But your partner's not so thrilled with you about it. How do you deal with that?
So you can do something very simple like look at your calendar for a week, right? How many days am I going out without my partner? How many days am I sitting in just, you know, being a lump on the couch with my partner? And how many days am I really honoring my relationship, going on a date, doing something special, spending time in a partnership? Now, if one of those is really larger in number than the other, then you can see it's imbalanced.
What if, I know, like, for me and my husband, we both kind of are like couch potatoes. I'm like, ooh, this is nice, just staying in. And we get to where I feel like we don't do a whole lot. We've talked about how it's kind of dangerous that we're both okay with that. I mean, can that be dangerous too?
It can be. It's okay to spend time at home. You know, this is not me saying you're not allowed to spend time at home ever. But if you're not spending quality time together, that may be something to look at. You know, we do need downtime. We just do. We're so busy, especially two parents who are working and raising children together. I'm sure you guys are exhausted by the end of the day. So sometimes you do just want to spend time being loungy, and sometimes it's important to make sure you're connecting as well.
And I think the danger also comes when, let's say, you're looking for that social aspect outside of your partner because he's not fulfilling that part of you that, you know, you want to be adventurous, you want to go out, you want to try new things. So that's kind of a tricky thing too.
It's kind of, it makes me think of the conversation we had a few weeks ago about can men and women just be friends? So if you are leaving home because you don't want to spend time with your partner and you are seeking out relationships that fulfill you in some way that your partner isn't, you may be pulled away from your partner. Then jealousy is going to come up, but then also you may be wanting to spend more time away from home.
So is there a good like formula? Like you should go out with your girlfriends twice a month at least, and he should be doing the same with, I mean, is that?
I mean, I would look more at a ratio, right, rather than every week, because some weeks we're busy, some weeks we have baby showers or bridal showers, some weeks we have different, you know, there are different things that we're doing. Some weeks we go out with friends after works, some weeks we don't, you know, so making sure that it is balanced. Our homework for this week is going to address that a little bit. Yeah.
All right, write it down on Jenny's hand.
Next week we're going to check in with you to see if you've done it, right?
What is it?
So your homework this week is for each of you, if you're in a partnered relationship, each of you spend an hour away from each other.
Ooh, done.
Doing something.
That's easy.
Yeah, we do that.
But not work. Doing something that you really enjoy. So whether it's a hobby, whether it's hanging out with your girlfriends, just going out, having a drink, or getting a pedicure, you know, whether it's something
to Target,
social.
Whatever.
Not grocery shopping.
Well, that's social.
Not
people. Hey, how's it going? Okay.
All right. And then next week, Julie, we're talking a little bit about power imbalance.
Right. And so this kind of is similar, right? If something is tipping this way. So if one person makes all the decisions, is in charge of doing all of the chores, you know, we talked about that a while ago, is the person who has to initiate sex. If they're having to do everything and they're resentful, then we need to figure out a way to balance things out a bit.
That's the classic passive-aggressive thing coming in.
For more on Julie, juliejeske.com. And congratulations on your brand new offices.
Thank you. Thank you.